We are back at it today with day 2 of the boxing, running, all of the things that we need to be working on. For my boxing journey, I've got the jump rope here, much to my chagrin. I've got resistance bands over there, and you'll see why later. So we're gonna keep working at this today, and we're gonna go on a run later, and it's very, very wet outside. So this is gonna be fun. Let's get to it. First things first though, we gotta get a change of outfit, because right now it's just my normal daily outfit for the fall time. So let's get it. Alrighty, so step 1, we gotta warm ourselves up. We gotta get warmed up, get the blood flowing, get the work going, because if you don't, you can actually hurt yourself. Even just stretching, if you haven't warmed your body up yet, you can hurt yourself. So we're gonna start with some jumping jacks, one of my favorite ways to warm up, and running in place is also great. But jumping jacks get your arms involved, and they get the blood pressure going that you need. So let's start with that. Now, the main thing that I noticed from training yesterday, watching the footage back, which is half of why I'm doing this, is to be able to see it myself. I noticed that my form was really, really tight. It was way too tight. I wasn't even barely throwing punches. And I think that's just for the sake of preserving myself, because you're going to whack yourself out if you're not careful. But I need to really loosen up and get my flow back. So, I used to go out and do all sorts of cool stuff with it, but now we're going to get back to the basics. So let's work on that.
When you're starting out, the basic. I don't compromise. This was destined, I ain't roll the dice. Please don't hit my D.
Back when I started doing Muay Thai more, I actually used this basketball goal. There's a goal right there. And it's covered in spider webs. But I used it to kick and to practice kicks and punches on, because it gave me a reference point, and it gave me something that I could contact so that I could drain the energy and momentum out of my leg to be able to bring it back to its base position, to its resting position. And I was able to actually kick it pretty well. I wasn't hurting myself or overexerting myself, obviously, and I didn't want to break the pole, but I was using this thing. And so I think we should start using this again. And it's gonna get cold, it's gonna get slippery out here, but I'm really excited for that. Actually, I want to be out here in the cold doing this, because I don't know, it's just inside of me makes something, and it sparks something that I want to latch onto and that I want to utilize, and it transfers over into my other work. My mentality says, look at what I'm doing out here, so look at what I can do everywhere else. And that's something that I want. And it's as simple as just taking your leg and putting it on the pole and just connecting it to the pole and feeling that reach and that connection and getting that momentum into the pole gently, and learning the footwork, squaring your hips, rotating your foot, where you are actually connecting your leg onto the pole is super simple. And it just becomes a lot easier to help you, especially if you're training solo like I am right now. I've just been on this solo mission, but that's how I'm doing these things, and that's how I'm learning these things. And eventually I want to level up. I'll get back into the classes, get back into the practice sparring, those kinds of things, but this is just the here and now. And eventually I will level up what I'm using and where I'm doing it, all of those things. I'll be able to grow my skill sets, bring them into a community, hopefully, that I can find of other MMA boxers, other Muay Thai practicers around the area. And I can be able to say, hey, let's do this, let's work on this together, because we grow faster together. The Bible says that iron sharpens iron. And so if you want to get good at something, the best way you can do that is to go find the people who are already good at it. The Bible's full of some practical advice. If you don't try it out already, you might try some. Anyways, for now, we're going to get over here and we're going to start pumping some iron, because we got to keep the muscles, we got to keep them growing. We're young right now, but we're not going to be forever. And we want to prime ourselves now and get into the habit now of building ourselves so that in the future we can be, I don't want to be a massive Hulk, right? But we can be as big as possible. We can actually have some capability and we can have some capacity for work and drive and internal grit and motivation. And that starts now. So let's get into it.